2021 has been a crazy year so far. I mean, a 109-yard missed kick return for a touchdown, a 66-yard field goal, and some crazy overtime games, and that was just in week 3! We're not even a quarter of the way through the season! What else is gonna happen? What's going on, guys? Diggs Report here, back to you with another video, and today is my week 4 picks. We all know the drill. Let's do this. Alright, and our Thursday night game is going to be Jacksonville taking on Cincinnati. Cincinnati has been a surprise team this year. They are 2-1 right now, and they took down Pittsburgh. Wow, that's been a thorn in their side for so long. They took them down last week. And Jacksonville, maybe the worst team in the NFL right now. Urban Meyer just looked way over his head. Trevor Lawrence does not look like the quarterback that we thought he was going to be in the NFL. And the team all around is just terrible, and they just traded C.J. Henderson to the Carolina Panthers. I gotta go Cincinnati on this one, and Joe Burrow, look for him to have at least 300 yards. Tennessee traveling to the Jets. The Jets, another one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Zach Wilson has not looked like the quarterback that the Jets thought that they were going to get, and this team is still trying to figure out who's going to be there for the future. Meanwhile, Tennessee able to rebound last week, able to pick up a win. I'm going to go with the Titans over the Jets. Kansas City taking on Philadelphia. Both these teams have dropped 2 straight. KC lost a heartbreaker to the Chargers last week, while Philadelphia got blown out by the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Give me Kansas City. They even up their season. Carolina taking on Dallas. Dallas, I just mentioned, blew out Philadelphia Monday night at home. Meanwhile, Carolina, they are an undefeated team right now. They've started the year 3-0. Sam Darnold looks like a new quarterback. Give me Carolina over Dallas. Giants taking on New Orleans. For the Giants, they are another team that's 0-3, one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. The good news is Daniel Jones has not fumbled as much as he has before. And for the New Orleans Saints, yeah, looks like Jameis Winston is still a little hot and cold. However, the Saints are 2-1 right now. Make it 3-1. They beat the Giants. Cleveland taking on Minnesota. Minnesota able to pick up their first win of the season against Seattle. Really had a great performance against them. Meanwhile, Cleveland took care of business against the Chicago Bears with a rookie quarterback. Give me Cleveland over Minnesota. Detroit traveling to Chicago. For Detroit, how much snake bitten can this team get? They had the win in their palm of their hands and they lose it on the longest field goal in NFL history. In Chicago, not sure if Andy Dalton's going to start. And Justin Fields in that offense just looked lost last week. Justin Fields got sacked 9 times against Cleveland. However, Detroit not as good on defense as Cleveland is. I'm going to go with Chicago on this one. I say they rebound against the Lions. Houston taking on Buffalo. Buffalo, Josh Allen, that offense came alive last week. They were there to play. And for Houston, well, they're still struggling. I mean, they're still trying to find their way. I'm going to go Buffalo over the Texans. Indianapolis taking on Miami. Miami, remember, Tua is still going to be out for at least 2 more weeks, so Jacoby's going to be starting for them. And Indianapolis, surprisingly, this team is 0-3. They have not picked up a win yet. I'm going to go with Indianapolis over Miami. Yeah, it's a little crazy, but I think Indianapolis is going to want this game a little more than Miami because they really do not want to start 0-4. Washington taking on Atlanta. For Washington, the defense just has not looked as good as we thought it was going to be. They just got blown out by Buffalo. Meanwhile, Atlanta, about what I thought this team was going to be. They haven't really performed at the level they thought they were going to. This is what I see. Changes are coming to Atlanta soon. Meanwhile, for this game, I'm going to go Washington. Seattle taking on San Francisco. For Seattle, this is one of the disappointing teams in the NFL this year. Right now, they are 1-2. They just lost their last 2 games. Meanwhile, San Francisco suffered their first loss of the season against Green Bay. I say they rebound and get the win over their division rival. For one NFC West game to another, Arizona taking on the Rams. Battle of 3-0 teams. For Arizona, they've been fighting hard early on in the season, and they've been rewarded with 3 straight wins. Meanwhile, the Rams just took down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champs. Matthew Stafford in that offense is just rolling right now. Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey on defense. Great combo. Give me the Rams over the Cardinals, but this should be a game of the week. Pittsburgh taking on Green Bay. For Green Bay, great last-minute drive by Aaron Rodgers in that offense, able to pick up that win against the 49ers at the last second. Meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger just does not look like the Ben Roethlisberger of old. He looks old, he looks slow, he just does not look like the quarterback that we have seen for a long time. And I gotta go Green Bay over Pittsburgh. Baltimore taking on Denver. Baltimore should not have won last week against the Lions, and yet they pulled out the win with a 66-yard field goal by Justin Tucker, who has proven every single year why he's one of the best kickers in NFL history, and he should be a Hall of Famer by the time his career is done. Meanwhile, Denver, maybe the most surprising team in the NFL this year. They are 3-0 right now, but keep in mind, they played three of the worst teams in the NFL this year, so this is going to be a true test for them, and I think they're going to live up to it. I'm going to go with Denver, and the reason I do not trust the Ravens receivers against this Denver secondary. I think the passing offense is going to struggle big time, and that's going to have effect on the rushing offense, so I'm going to go Denver. Tampa Bay taking on New England. Tom Brady returns to Foxborough for the first time since leaving the team. This is going to be an interesting matchup for New England. They cannot have Mac Jones throw 51 times in this game. It's not going to happen. They're not going to end up winning. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, suffered a setback with the loss against the Rams. Russian offense just was not doing it for them. They got to get that going to take some pressure off of the talented receiving core that they have and take some pressure off of Brady. Yeah, it seems like a little cliche, but it is. Get your running game going, passing game is going to thrive. That's how it's going to be. I say they do that against New England, and Tampa Bay gets the win. And our Monday night game is going to be the Raiders traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Both these teams are going off to really good starts. For the Chargers, they just took down the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, that is crazy. They took down Kansas City. Meanwhile, the Raiders are 3-0 right now. They have a really good chance to start 4-0. And they haven't been 3-0 since 2002. The year they went to the Super Bowl. Matchup between Derek Carr and Justin Herbert. This should be a high-scoring game. And in the end, I'm going to go Raiders over Chargers. But this is going to be a high-flying game. Alright guys, that was my Week 4 picks. And I will see you next time.